Kali's choice. It was Kali's birthday and nobody remembered, unless you count the endless whiners who are constantly asking for things, burning stinky smoke in her general direction, and basically annoying her. Then it was her anniversary, and Shiva forgot, or didn't mention it, or most likely was getting high on Thandai with all the other men in a festival somewhere. This also pissed Kali off. A lot pissed Kali off. She was usually disgruntled and uncomfortable and nagged by the self-effacing population of unevolved wackos that walked the earth in force. Nothing seemed right. Nothing was in its proportion. She had to do all the dirty work all the time. So every once in a while, she liked to treat herself to a little relaxing manicure and pedicure at a moment's escape. She would put on a large muumuu to cover the skulls around her neck and the belt of severed heads around her waist, and she traveled light speed to Culver City, to a strip mall. A painted white hand in the window with red nails invited her in. She sat, relaxed in black leather chair, put her world-weary feet in hot water to be scrubbed by chicken-voiced women. Women who smile but have the most contemptible conversations in their Viet Cong language, smiling as they comment on the customers, the smell, the deep black of Kali's feet. But Kali could understand their very hateful conversation because Kali was a god. And every smiling word she ignored. She just closed her eyes and let these chicken-sounding women lull her into a lovely rest. The white women behind her grunted in American English. The language always sounded like the language of pigs to Kali. She looked at their fear-filled faces, seeing their history, wondering why they torment themselves with an unhealthy preoccupation of men. In this world, this Western world, men are gods, hated, loved, feared. This generation strives to keep the attention of them by any means necessary. They starve themselves. They maim their feet, twisted footwear. They distort their face, color their eyes, stretch out the shapes of their natural breasts, rejecting their natural form. It was disturbing to a being of any kind of understanding. These sad incarnations did many things to be noticed and touched, always fearful of numbers, fearful of clocks and the things that are ordinary like time and age, always changing their scent, fearful of their body's girth. They starve intentionally. The intentional starvation was their strongest feature. Other mothers in the world fought and suffered to bring their families food. But these women in the West, they teach their children to starve. Strange and demonic in their worship of the approval of men. Tragic in their battle of unfulfilled perception. Kali felt sorry for them. Then entering the salon that day were those loud, thick, need-based women. Large women whose broken language rebelled against the American English. Their rage was familiar, very familiar to Kali. But they too had a love-hate worship of the same man. Their rituals were different, feeding and treating their godmen like children, hosting and doing all the work, then being angry due to a lack of rest and a fear of separation. They were sad children, these Western women that worshipped men. All the women in Culver City, and in the West for that matter, were sick with their religion, sick in their competing for the approval of men, who were all infantile. These men were spoiled, and they were in need of beheading. But she let it go. She handed her hand to the nail girl. Then she handed another, then the other, then the other. The nail girl clucked in a broken American English. "Extra hand costs extra." Kali smiled and turned cotton balls on the table into gold coins. The nail girl smiled. "You want neck massage too? We give you for a very cheap price."